Sounds great. So first, thank you so much for having us. It's been a great conference, watching a lot of cool talks, and it's an honor to be part of your conference and to be part of the Moonbeam ecosystem since day one. And for who doesn't know us, we're Polkamarkets, who are tech providers for prediction markets in the crypto space, focused mostly on EVM, and we're deploying on Moonriver and Moonbeam ever since day one as well. For who doesn't know what prediction markets are, just summing it up very quickly, it's buying and selling options on event outcomes. These events can be anything, can be sports events, can be weather, can be crypto prices, and it uses wisdom of crowds. So the values on these options shift according to what users are buying and selling in a more dynamic way than other markets. Presenting myself, I'm Ricardo. I'm the CEO of Polkamarkets, and for this presentation, we want to quickly showcase for the community what can you do with our tech suite, and more particularly a product that we've been working on for preparing for the World Cup, which is using prediction markets in our tech suite to deploy a fantasy league. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Well, I'm assuming so. So
yes, we can.
Okay, great. So this is what we've been working on under the scenes, and that's the product that we'll be launching in the following week before the World Cup, and it's pretty much a fantasy league that you can use with a traditional ERC-20 token and with prediction markets. Let's start by connecting our wallet, and so this token, it's a ERC-20 token. We call it IFL, Illuminate Fantasy League, and it has a few particularities. This one itself, you can claim a certain amount defined by the deployer, by whoever is creating this fantasy. In our case, it's 1,000 tokens that you can play with on this fantasy. It's a token that has no value in the sense that it's not transferable. You cannot transfer these tokens to other wallets, to other contracts, except for the token manager, which is the prediction markets contract itself. So there's no monetary value in those. It's literally just for virtual tokens that you can try to maximize by placing your predictions, by winning them. So let's start by claiming our tokens, as this is a new wallet, and we defined it like this. It's deployed on Moonbeam, and claiming our 1,000 tokens. That's after we can start playing in the World Cup markets. We created a few just for the group stage. We have a few on every single group. For instance, Spain versus Germany, Qatar versus Netherlands. Okay, the tokens are successfully claimed, as we can see, and now we have 1,000 IFL tokens that we can place predictions around our interface. Our interface is also part of our tech suite. It's as you can tell, it's very rounded. It has a very modern design, and it comes with a lot of features, such as you can filter the data, you can customize your filters to your needs. In this case, for the World Cup, we created some filters, for instance, by country. Imagine that I just want to see the Argentina matches or the Brazil matches, then I can easily filter in the interface, and this is for this particular purpose on the World Cup, but you can customize these filters to pretty much anything. Like if I just want to see on the group stages these particular matches, then you can use these filters. Let me reset. You can sort by volume, by liquidity, if they're expiring soon or not. So this interface, not just the smart contract itself, but we also provide the web interface that you can customize to lots of different details. Okay, let's start placing some predictions. For who's not familiarized with, you can place predictions with and different outcomes. These prices will shift according to what people are buying and selling, as I mentioned before. Since I'm from Portugal and I want Portugal to beat Uruguay in our match of Group H, I want to make some prediction. As you can see, the prices, if you sum the prices, it'll give the value of 1. It's the price of the token of the outcome means it resembles the odds of that happening according to what users are placing the predictions. So I want to place 200 of my tokens in Portugal against Uruguay. So let's make that prediction. Wait, there's some glitch in here apparently. Of course, give it just a second, guys. Give me just a small second. Okay, it's all good.
Hey, while you switch that, I figured I'd pop in and just give some context to it. So yeah, this is going to be Elizabeth at the end is going to give some more context on it. But we wanted to try and do something with teams around World Cup and do something fun. And so the Polkamarkets team was willing to kind of build this unique. I'd say this is separate from the main Polkamarkets platform, where the ERC-20, it's not going to have value tied to it, but there will be prizes, things along those lines, a good way to engage and, have fun in the ecosystem. So definitely keep an eye on when Ricardo gets going again. This is definitely going to be something that's going to be a lot of fun for the ecosystem to participate in and start playing around with and get more exposure into what these guys are building. So I figured I'd give more context. Thanks. While you were doing a little troubleshooting, Ricardo.
Perfect, Nate. Thank you so much. You guys are seeing my screen again?
Yes.
I'm assuming so. I saw the infinite loop over there. So, of course, presentations always have glitches on them. So that's part of the that's part of the drill. So I'm making a prediction in Portugal, as I mentioned. I'm placing 200 tokens, and we should see the prices shifting a little bit. And let's just wait for our transaction to confirm. There you go. The prediction is made, and as you can see, the price has shifted from 0.333 to 0.464, and the prices of the other ones decreased. So this dynamic of buying and selling shares is the core of prediction markets. And after placing your predictions, after the market is resolved, the maximum profit you can take, not profit, the maximum you can maximize your tokens is claiming your winnings at a price of 1 per share. And you can do that in your portfolio. Of course, here you won't see it because it's still not resolved. But yeah, that's pretty much our mechanic. It's bringing some nice feature. Our product has come a long way ever since our version 1. Now you can check your user profile. You can see your data feed. For instance, you can see what predictions are you placing on other users as well. As you have leaderboards where you can see how are you performing against other users in categories such as won predictions, the volume, pretty much a lot of different features. You'll also be able to claim achievements and NFTs. In this particular case, for the World Cup, we'll create some particular NFTs related to the World Cup with some nice branding and some nice gamified features on top of it. And yeah, this fantasy league that we're launching, and as Nate mentioned, it will be mostly to bring the community together to play with this virtual token and whoever's performing better, whoever's placing more correct predictions, who's ever claiming more IFL tokens, they'll be winning some prizes and some other stuff. But I was just introducing the features that we're bringing for our upcoming V2 as well, that will deploy on Moonbeam and Moonriver, which are multiple outcomes, not just binary outcomes as we currently have in our version 1, placing predictions with ERC-20 tokens and not just with Glimmer, and being able also to set the initial odds. Imagine that I want to create a market, and instead of starting balanced, I want to be 50, 25, 25 odds, for instance. That will be possible in our upcoming version 2. So yeah, in a nutshell, that was what I wanted to show. Next week, we'll be launching the official version of this Fantasy League. This is just a demo version, already deployed on Moonbeam, but we'll deploy the official version next week with all the World Cup games in there, with all the rules. And this was just a small sneak peek on what's to come, and hopefully everybody in the community will have a great time competing against each other and earning some IFL tokens and some prizes. I think on my end, that's it. I just wanted to thank Moonbeam again, and yeah, we as Polkamarkets, we keep building and working on the prediction market space, trying to become the #1 tech provider, and we're very grateful for all the support that Moonbeam and the Moonbeam ecosystem and the community has brought to us.